Hey everybody, this is my 125 gallon native tank, and while I'm still not prepared to give away my big reveal, I think it's safe to shoot video at this end of the tank because we've already seen it before. I do have one crayfish that's out and about. I am currently treating the tank for cyanobacteria and just all of the off-walks and all the other growth that we've got going on in here. It's working very effectively. This piece of wood used to have green cyanobacteria growing all over it now, and you can see it is now dead, nasty, and done. So in a couple of days I'm going to do a big water change on this tank and get the tannins removed and get all of the treatment removed. In the meantime, without showing off what I got going on in here, we'll slide along the bottom and I'll show you one of my little crayfish is still in there. I just fed the tanks about half an hour ago, so there's probably a lot of food still sitting around on the bottom. But the point of this video is when I shot my initial video where I tried to show everybody the new minnows that were in here, several people pointed out that they spotted some Creek Chubs in with those Notropis species. And I don't know why I hadn't really thought about it when I was down at the stream and I collected up my minnow trap the last couple of times. I was just so used to seeing the Creek Chubs that were in my tank that were huge that I never really thought about the Creek Chubs as being small. So anything that I saw that was a little bit larger and was easily identifiable as a Creek Chub, I simply tossed back in. And then all the small ones that look very, very similar to these Notropis species, I brought home just thinking they were all the same kind of fish. But if you look really, really closely, you can see that I do in fact have quite a few Creek Chubs mixed in with those little Notropis species. The key way to tell is to look at their face. The really pointy face is the Notropis, and the sort of blunted, rounded face is the Creek Chub. And the Creek Chubs don't have quite the distinct markings on the side either. It's a little more sort of faded out and blurry as opposed to that nice sharp line you've got on the Notropis species. So I do have some Creek Chubs in here, there's no doubt about that, and while I did want to avoid them, I've been thinking about it today, and I'm not really concerned about the fact that I've got some Creek Chubs in this tank. We've got a couple of reasons for that. Two things are going to happen. One of two things are going to happen. Either they're going to grow really fast, and by next springtime when I can get out to the stream again and start restocking the tank and, you know, changing things up, then either they'll have grown big enough that they will have depleted the population in this tank, and next spring it'll be ready to be refilled with something new and interesting again, which won't be that big of a deal. And while I would like to see this school of fish survive till next spring, you know, at the rate I'm losing them from jumping out, I'm probably not going to have very many left by spring anyway. I think I've lost 4 already by finding them on the floor in front of the tank. Usually not too long after feeding time. That's actually why I came in here right now. I've caught a few that had just come out and put them back in the tank, but I've also found a few that were very, very much beyond anything I could do for them. In fact, if I could have done anything for them, I could have started my own religion. So, probably gonna not have to worry about them getting that big by next spring. So, the other one of the two things that might happen would be that they won't be too big, and they'll simply be getting bigger, and they won't be eating these minnows yet, and they won't be destroying my crayfish and all that kind of stuff. But because they'll be getting bigger, I'll be able to spot them more readily, and I'll be able to single them out and get them out of the tank without really too much of an incident. Right now, it would be so difficult to single them out, I'd really have to just catch fish and sort through them one at a time and just keep weeding them out until I got narrower and narrower and, you know, less and less Creek Chubs in there. So I think what we're going to do is probably just not worry too much about it. We will wait till, you know, next spring. I'm still maybe not done with going out for the season now. I could still very easily go out and, you know, catch some more. I really want to get some of those rosy side dace. I'd swear I caught one the one day. I know I put it in the tank. I saw vivid, distinct, bright blue on it. And when I poured it into the tank, I never saw it again. It vanished. I did throw away a fish later that night that had jumped out of the tank and had rolled on the carpet and was all covered in cat hair and everything. So that could have been it, but it didn't seem like it was big enough to be it. So I have no idea what happened to that fish. I swear I put at least one of those rosy-side dace in here, and I've never seen it again. So that's where we stand for now. I definitely have Creek Chubs in here, but we're going to have to wait until next springtime to find out whether or not they're going to be, problematic or not. Either way, they're in there, and we're going to have to wait and see how it goes. So I'll try to be a little more careful when I scoop them up next time. If I get any of these real small fish, I'll try to look through them a little more carefully. But honestly, I'm probably going to still wind up getting more of those Creek Chubs mixed in with the small fish in there. They all look so similar to me. Trying to identify them on the side of the stream while they're flopping around in the palm of my hand. I don't know. We'll see. But there you go. There's a little update. I'm still, as I said, not quite ready to show off the whole tank just yet, but bear with me. It's Thursday, and so by this weekend, we will definitely be getting a look at the entire tank once I get done with the air stone and the water change and all that kind of stuff. I'm letting the plants grow in just a little bit, and everything will look a lot better come this weekend, and I'll do the big reveal video. So make sure you're subscribed, and that way you won't miss that or anything else. Thanks for watching this update. Hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget, of course, this is my 125-gallon native tank. Thanks for watching. I'll see you real soon in the next one.